Picking up where we left off, to try to explain how I made the CAM profiles. This is really sort of just an interesting exercise to try to get a to make a circle, right? So let's do this exercise. Why not? I'm going to start out with the novice, and I might as well copy it and move it to the end. So we'll just do it for the novice. And just to demonstrate. So I can delete all of these in my novice, and maybe I'll write novice profile. And so I actually don't need these columns anymore. I only need this S column right here. And what I'm going to do up at the top here, I'm going to set some value. I decided that because I'm raising and lowering it by a value of 1, that the best dimension that made it look good was to have it as a base radius of 4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a circle, and I'm going to have my X and my Y right here. It's going to be my base circle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have equals this cell right here, and make it F4 times the cosine of whatever the I need to turn this into radians. So radians. So nesting that. And I'm going to put it right here, right? So it's like one cell up because of how I decided to put that X and that Y right there. And I think that's going to be fine. Oh, I need another parentheses. Okay. So let's see. Did it do it? Yes. All right. So that's going to be my X dimension. And my Y dimension, I think that's going to be the radius. Yes. Okay. And similarly, equals... hit that cell, always reference it, and multiply by the sine and radians, and then I'm going to reference that cell, boom, and then also close it down. And now I'm going to drag these all the way down. And by the way, I don't know if this will work very well because in the one that I made it, I redid everything that we saw before, but I used 1 degree increments to make it a much smoother thing. So let's see how unsmooth this is going to be. So these are the X and Y dimensions that we would get for a circle, and we could try this out right here. We don't need the top two. We just need this and all the way down to right here. Actually, we want to go like a couple more here. There you go, right there. We can insert, and probably with a smooth line right there. And you can see that we made a circle. Well, it's actually an oval right now. I'll get rid of the chart title. I'll get rid of the block right here. Reformat chart area. And I think there's no line for the border. And what we want to try to do here, I also want to get rid of some of these dimensions. Let's get rid of the numbers. We don't need that many decimal places. In fact, we don't need any decimal places here or here. We're going to allow. I'm not going to set the limits just yet of this, but you can see it'd be better if we had the same limits on the top and the bottom. I'll do Control X and then come up to here. Boom. And by doing this, we could kind of like get an idea of what this profile looks like, okay? But right here, this is going to be a base circle, and I'm going to make this a thinner line, and I'm going to make it dashed. Okay, and so now what we're going to have is we're having now X and Y, right, of the novice profile. And I'm going to take equals that cell, and then plus this S right here, right? And I think that's going to be true all the way through. And we'll do the same thing, equals the Y. Well, sorry, I messed up. This should be that times the cosine radians of that. Yes. And similarly equals that plus the sine plus that times the sine radians of that. And both of those should vary everywhere. And let's cut down the decimal places here of those, and let's select data and add them on there. So we'll add, and we might want to hit a series name and come back up to here, name it that, and then take this for the X all the way down, and take this for the Y all the way down. And maybe we want to change this one so that it has the name circle. But check it out. There you go. That's what the profile looks like. And maybe it's too thick of a line. We might, notice the lines are smoothed out. The increments, we only have them as 5 degrees. It could be a lot better. If we wanted to include this other right here, right? So if we want to do the sophomore, we could, not too much effort. We want to probably have to move some things over. But we probably would want to copy, well, we'll copy a lot of this over here. But we're going to have to fix something over here when we come up over here. And we go V, but all these are going to be shifted over one, unfortunately. So what do I want to do? Let me double check something. Yeah, I think I just copied the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Sophomore, and I want to copy that, right? Pretty sure I want to copy that. And I want to go to here, and boom. Okay, so I did that wrong. I did that okay. But I guess, oh, I know what happened. It's, yeah, it's forcing, yeah, it needs to move, that one needs to move over. Yes, okay. All the others had dollar signs in it, that's why. And that's fine. And then this guy right here, he's the only one that needs to move over. And then they all had dollar signs in it, so it should come out to being okay. And you could double check that that has the same result as in, I am recording this, right? Yeah. You can see that check out the sophomore over here and see that you get the same values, right? So you should have the second cell here should be 0.007 something or other, and right here, yep, get the same thing. So you know that you got the thing the same. And then if you did the junior, you could do something similar. Let's see, the junior is the S right here. We can copy all these over. We could also just reference the cells too in this other page, but I try to avoid doing that. And I'm going to put this down over here. I might want to actually move these guys over right there. All right, so when I come up to this cell, this is the one that's going to have to shift, and so is this one. Boom. And so I'm going to copy these down all the way to 180. Yep. And then a similar thing for right here. I'm going to need to move that over and that over. And yep, it comes up to 1, and copy it. And sure enough, right? So if I want to add to this right here, I would go sophomore profile and junior profile, and we have an X and Y in each of these, just to keep track of what they are. And maybe I want to merge those cells on top of the thing. I like doing that. Merge the thing. Okay. And actually, I could cheat and go like this right here. Copy and paste right here. Copy and paste. So all those things are the same, but we want to change this so we are no longer referencing that. We're referencing this, right? And by the way, so let me also right here we go. Label these novice S, soph S, and junior S. I'm just I'm giving myself information I'll need in the future. Maybe if I want to operate and figure out what the hell this thing is. All right, so over here in the Y, this one needed to shift over. So I could take those, and that will give me the profile for the sophomore. And then a similar thing, we come over here, Control C, Control V, and then Control C. Get out of that, and then back into here, Control V. But we want to shift this one over, come back over into here, and shift that over to the junior, and shift this over to the junior. I want to move over one. Right here, boom. And now double click here in this little corner, and let's get rid of some decimal places to neaten the thing up. And so if we want to add in, select data, and I'm going to add in, not edit, I want to add a name, sophomore profile, get the X's, oh, we made a mistake here. No, I think it's fine. It's fine. I was looking at the negatives, but it turns out that it's okay that they're going to be negative because it's going to be in a different quadrant. That's why. But I looked at the negatives. I got all panicky. Don't panic. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy tells you not to panic. So I'm not narrating what I'm doing right now, but I think you know what I'm doing. And you should see what the end result is going to be. Then I'm adding these into place, and I could probably have just paused. But let's take a look here. And so you could see, it'd be good to grab these different things and give them different names or different colors. Let's see. Novice, I think we picked red, and maybe a little bit thinner would have been good. Let's pick out sophomore, and green might be good for him, and make him very thin. It might be good to have another line type too, just to try to emphasize. And then lastly, let's make a junior blue. That's a good color for a junior. And that too, we could make that really light. And let's get this guy. We could go dashed right in there. So now you can kind of see the effect, and what we could work on making this symmetrical. I'm going to take these axes and I'll make it -6 and 6. Right, so -6 and 6. And this guy's already -6 and 6, but I'll just delete the zeros, and that'll make it'll work the thing out. And so I can go and grab this thing and make it so, let's make it 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches, just to try to make it as square as possible, so it looks like so the circle looks like a circle. So now what we've done is we've created a profile. right? And we really ought to, and this is going to screw everything up real quick, but we'll fix it. Let's under design, let's put the legend in there. Put it over to the right, but we could put it on top of the thing for a second. Try to get that to spread out. All the words are way too big. Let's stretch it out, move it over. I don't know. It'd be good to have this on top of the thing in a nice place, but there's not a really good location for it. We might want to, depending on how well, it's already going to be 9, a font of 9. Let's see how far can we squish it down. We can almost fit it right there. So we might want to get rid of the word profile, right? Just to be able to include that on here. Or we could increase the size of this whole thing. Make it like maybe 4 inches. Is that going to be enough? So now we can have a spot where this isn't going to be over on top. Let's see. We don't want this to wrap. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, presentation's an important thing, right? As we're trying to put this in there and make it look nice. But you get a good idea now, I think, of what the profile differences are going to be. So that was 16 minutes of your life. But just to make some circles. But now you know how to make a circle in Excel. Wow, isn't that great? And by the way, this is like sort of parametrically doing the thing instead of, so we have this like basis over here of an angle, but that's not actually what we're plotting. We're plotting the X's and the Y's, but we do reference over to that other parameter, so we're able to parametrically plot the thing. So that's what I'm done with, right? Sure.